I haven't. I didn't manage to catch FP3, so I'm a little bit. I don't really know much about what happened. I saw the the breakdown after the fact, but I didn't actually see FP3. So it looked like Mercedes still struggling. Lando looked really strong. Ferrari struggling in FP3, oddly. So it's a little bit strange. Oh my god, that pool on that hotel is scary. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. It is, yeah. It's just started. There is a link there on the pinned link. It should be. It should be good. Should be up. I was running a little bit late, so it did start a little bit later than scheduled, but it is live. So yes, hello. How are you, Duff? Hope you're alright. Blue Jared Leto. Well, actually 30 seconds as well. I'm not keen on these white vests. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Yeah, I hear you, Duff. That's why YouTube streaming is just so good, being able to sync it up. I really wish Twitch had like a live viewer like YouTube does. It would be so good. It'd be so good. Being able to quickly rewind a stream, being able to, pause a stream and then carry it on. Because even that doesn't work, I don't think, properly on Twitch. If you pause it and then press play, I don't think it plays from where it paused. On Twitch, this is. I could be wrong. It's just the whole systems. It just jumps. Like, it's not really a pause button at all. I just a proper player would be so good. Just being able to, oh, I've just missed something. I'll just quickly rewind, or you sync it up in cases like this. But I don't think Twitch are ever gonna do it. But Ferrari straight out, no messing about. To Williams, they looked really good as well. Mercedes, the Williams have looked really strong all weekend. Actually, wouldn't surprise me. I'll be honest. Based on what I've seen, yet again, Lewis isn't getting through to Q3. I don't think. And if he is, it's going to be by the skin of his teeth. There's too many other teams that are doing really, really quick lap times, including like Williams. Haas have been right up there. Even Alpine have been quick. RB been very quick. I think George Russell will be fine, based on what I've seen. I do prefer this white and papaya coloured McLaren rather than the black. It is a lot nicer aesthetically. Obviously, it's still got a reasonable amount of black on it, but the white accent looks really nice. I'd much prefer this livery. So, Charles Leclerc on his first flying lap of Q1. Loads of cars still in the pits, though. Both Mercedes, Verstappen, both the Williams cars. Actually, I thought the Williams had gone out, but they hadn't. They've only just gone out. A lot of rain yesterday, as I said on last night's stream. It rained significantly last night. Oh, shock. What a delight. We really are in the future, aren't we? Quick clap for Leclerc, though. 30.8. How far is Perez going to be off there, I wonder? 31.5. He's 7/10 off Leclerc's time. Norris is already over a tenth, almost a tenth and a half up on Charles Leclerc's time in the first sector. Honestly, I think Norris. This is a Norris pole. It has to be. It's a quick lap, I think, from Norris, this. It only ended up being 0.2 quicker. I'm quite surprised. 2.5 tenths quicker than his teammate, though. Oof, Carlos. He didn't go around the bollard either. I mean, he had more than enough time to go around that bollard as well, and then just didn't. You might be in trouble for that, Carlos. I'm not actually sure what the punishment is, though. Fourth for Sainz, but it's tight there. We're talking, 0.2. It's tight. Tweet. Albon is quicker than Perez. Colapinto a little bit slower. Oh, to be fair, he must have had a bad lap because he's a second slower. But Colapinto has been pretty quick. Yeah, this doesn't look like a good lap for Lewis either. It's just not on it. There you go. Race control science incident. 0.6 for Hamilton, slower than Norris's time. Oof. Oof. George Russell, almost 0.7 slower. Colapinto giving those walls a right old tickle. Oof. Max Verstappen. Okay, I'm interested to see where Max is at. And he is up. He is up. Okay. Well, they were nowhere yesterday, so I mean... He's just a 10th off, but they'll be very happy with that. Considering how far they were off yesterday. I mean, Mercedes, for instance, though, you know, they're 6 and 7/10 off. I mean, that's rough, isn't it? That is rough. Charles Leclerc does improve, even though that lap time didn't look... the lap itself looked a bit scruffy. But he did go quicker. You see what I was saying with Mercedes pace? There's a Aston Martin, a Haas, an RB, all ahead of them currently, with other people, in theory, able to improve. They're throwing it around. Morning, Current. So Perez is in trouble. Both Mercedes are in trouble as well. I think the top 6 Probably down to Alonso actually in 7th are all fine. Probably. So Albon's out now. Now this will be interesting for the Mercedes, Perez. Even listen, the Mercedes are even behind like Magnussen and Ocon and Alonso. So I don't know what's happened to the Mercedes car in the past few races, but other cars like Ferrari have improved, but Mercedes are nowhere like behind even Haas cars. Like that's mad. Hmm. That that replay of Lewis looked like it was in slow motion. It looked like he wasn't even on a fast lap. So, Albon, 10th and a half up. Norris lightning quick again. Albon goes P1. And there you go. Norris almost 7 tenths quicker than Albon. There you go. The track definitely ramping up because that was pretty much what the gap was between those two before they did their final runs. Oof. Track is getting very, very quick. You got to be on the track at the right time here in qualifying. If you don't get your lap in or for whatever reason, then you could be in trouble. Mercedes looks good out on track, even though it is slow. I like the extra, bit of the Patronus blue or turquoise, whatever you'd call it. No, it wasn't a great first sector for Lewis. So just a bit of a struggle for the Mercedes, isn't it? Three tenths down, Hamilton, after 2 sectors. Russell's struggling, though, actually, oddly. Hamilton goes P3, 4 tenths off Norris. Russell seemed a bit slower. Russell goes P6, 8 tenths. Yikes. Russell needs to be careful here. If everyone behind gets a lap in here, he might not be safe. Verstappen goes P2. Nah, Ricciardo only goes P12. I think Russell will be fine. These cars aren't going as quick as I thought they were going to. Alonso goes P7. K-Mag. Sonoda in 8th. I think Ricciardo's going out. Yeah. Russell saying that the car feels completely different to FP3 and the tyres are different, which is exactly what Lewis has been saying over the past 2 races. He's basically saying from one session to another, the car's completely different. And Russell's, you know, basically saying the exact same thing. For whatever reason now in this session, it's Russell that's struggling. But we've seen him do that before and then go into Q2 and then suddenly he's able to turn the tyres on. It's wild, isn't it? It's just... Mercedes in particular seem to struggle with the tyres more than other teams, I'd say. Danny Rick is out of qualifying. That's not going to help him if he's potentially getting replaced. Sainz is currently in 15th. Gasly in 18th. Oof. Danny Rick, yeah. I think Danny Rick is getting replaced, right? There's rumors that the reports will come after Singapore. I'm expecting sort of Tuesday, Wednesday to have an announcement that Liam Lawson's going to to RB next year. If you look at what Danny Rick's doing, but then you compare him to Tsunoda, Tsunoda's doing really well in that car. No, Bottas hasn't been confirmed yet. And I'll say this, Colapinto has come in and done very well. Like that lap there, he's like 3/100ths off Albon's time. And because of that, Williams are trying to get Colapinto a seat next year. And Audi's the logic. I'm not sure if Colapinto would go to Audi though. No, Bottas hasn't had his seat confirmed yet. I don't think. I could be wrong. I'm just going to grab water because I absolutely smashed through that. Ugh. Right. Right. Yeah, the Williams has definitely got better, hasn't it? But people have said that. People have said, oh, they didn't give Logan a chance and he never had the same upgrades as Albon. He did. At the beginning of the season, he did. At Zandvoort, he did. You know, there's been times when he has and hasn't been able to match Albon. He never was able to match Albon. I think people want to defend Logan Sargent, but ultimately, I think you could see over the season that he just wasn't. He wasn't quick enough, was he? Right. It is what it is. He's a lovely lad. He's quick, but he wasn't quick enough. It's just, yeah. Obviously, Logan gets a lot of shit, but ultimately, it's hard driving a Formula One car. Only the best of the best, and he's obviously a very talented race driver. Yeah, that just wasn't quite good enough. Do you see what Christian Horner said? Horner talks to Sky Sports about drivers. We want to take time to consider what our options for the future look like. We're not afraid to go out of the pool. George Russell is out of contract at the end of next year. It would be foolish not to take that into consideration. George Russell to Red Bull in 2026? Hmm. Interesting. Well, here's the thing. Mercedes have kind of, said that they're still looking at Max Verstappen and blah, 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 blah. But they've just signed Antonelli on a multi-year deal. So if they were going to bring Max Verstappen in 2026, that would be to replace George Russell. Now, I find that very interesting that Toto isn't going around saying, now we've got our drivers now, we're happy with our drivers, Antonelli, Russell. The fact that he's still entertaining Max Verstappen when he's just brought in a young driver, to me, that means that they're not actually as confident in George Russell. That's how I take it. Maybe that's wrong. But excuse me. Thought I was going to sneeze. I'm not sure Russell will end up back at Williams. I still think Russell's a very good driver. I think he's done very well against Hamilton this year, hasn't he? I don't think there's a doubt of his talent. I still don't think Russell is the top echelon necessarily. I'm not saying that he's a mid driver, but I'm not sure he quite has what people like Max Verstappen has. And I'm not 100% sure that Norris does either. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, I'm not to say he can't. In the right car, George Russell could win a championship. There's no doubt. But I don't know. There's just I'm not sure. I'm not sure. George is a good driver. McLaren only ran one set of tires. God, it looks like when Perez hits the brakes going down into turn, oh, I want to say it's like 5. It looks like the car's not going to stop from this nose cam. It looks like, well, no, the car's never going to brake, but it does. I do think it's an interesting layout, the Singapore Grand Prix. I think there's some tricky little sections. I kind of miss the stadium, though. Do you guys miss the stadium section? I do think it was a slow and finicky section. But it was cool. Cars like going under the grandstand a little bit. The Max is going much quicker than his teammate. Oh! Bloody hell. Max still went 3/10 quicker than Perez after losing it in the last corner. He'll lose the lap time because he went off. But the fact that he was still quicker than Perez after having to correct a slide is hilarious to me. Oh, that's funny. I'll be honest, I could see Max in the wall here. I'll tell you for why. Because I think Max is having to really push that car to get anywhere near the McLaren's pace. I think he's really... Oh, as Norris slides. I think he's really having to push it. Bloody Hulkenberg. What a lad. 30 flat again. Again, Charles Leclerc 2-3 turns down. It looks like Norris has this. Looks like Norris has this to me. Honestly, he's even a couple of tenths quicker than Piastri. He's been on it every session. Again, Albon saying, what are we doing with the tyres? No grip. These tyres are so sensitive. They're so sensitive. We're not getting the most out of all of these drivers because of the tyres. And then you could say, well, it depends on the people the drivers, it's their responsibility to get them in the right window. But when you've got a tyre that needs to be like within half a degree or it's terrible, then that's just shit, isn't it? Because essentially a lot of the drivers are saying that to a certain extent, it's a bit of a lottery. You know, they can be incredible on one lap and terrible on another because the temperature just takes them out of their working window. That's too much. It's too much. They're way too inconsistent. And as such, I feel like we're not seeing the best of some of these drivers because the tires are just so, you know, so extreme. Yeah, Albon and Colapinto are going to have to go again. Obviously, Max has to go again because his lap time was deleted. I think Hamilton is currently 3 or so tenths off. Oh, God. What the fuck? Hamilton just went quickest. Okay. They were fresh tires, I think. What the hell? I don't know what's happened there. Even on fresh tires, they've looked nowhere. I don't understand. I just don't understand. I don't understand. Like, what? It's so weird. They must have been on fresh tires, though. That's part of the problem, though, is that sometimes it feels so random, and it feels like there's occasions when it isn't a driver extracting the most out of a car and beating someone. There are times when it's like, well, that driver got their tires in a window, so they had a grip advantage. Do you know what I mean? And yes, you could say, well, there's a skill to getting the tires in the right window, but it seems like even the best drivers, it's inconsistent between runs. And so that's not really what I want to see. Mercedes have other problems whereby, for whatever reason, their car needs to be in a very specific window for it to work. And if it changes too much between sessions, they can be nowhere. We've seen this plenty of times with Lewis Hamilton. We've seen it in Q1 and Q2 a little bit with Russell, but I think he'll be fine in Q2. And then Q3, he'll probably put it on pole because that's what Russell does. And honestly, Russell, it's not like Russell's lap was 0.6 off or something and he's going to be knocked out. He's fine. Right, let's see what Max has got. They look so quick around here, the cars. He's a 10th up on Hamilton's time. Oof, close to the wall. Looks like a... Well, Verstappen... What do you mean? Verstappen's doing his lap right now, Bosch, in Q2, so he absolutely did get out of Q1. Oh, bloody hell, he was sliding through the final chicane, but it's going to be a good lap. It's going to be a good lap, this. Quickest by 2.5. I'm not sure if he'll get another lap in. That was a very good lap from Max. That was a very good lap. It was very, very good. Oh, yeah, more than good enough to move on. To be honest, I don't think Max, Lewis would need to go again. Norris, they wouldn't need to go again. I mean, they probably will. Hmm. It was quick, though. It looked hooked up. It looked very hooked up. Uh, 510 Olympian, thank you very much for the follow. Olympia Tongan, is that how you say it? Thank you very much. If I don't know how to pronounce someone's name, I just say it really quick and hope they don't notice. Charles Leclerc, purple first sector. He's going fast. Sainz is down. Mercedes out on used tyres. Okay. Piastri goes P1. Ocon P11, so he's out. Charles Leclerc goes P3. Carlos Sainz only goes 6th. Fernando. 9th for Fernando Alonso. Yeah, Perez needs a good lap. Perez needs a good lap. I think Russell's safe. Yeah, Russell's safe. He's fine. Albon has got into the... What about Colapinto? 11th. It's still a good lap time from Colapinto. Albon did a 30.474 and Colapinto did a 30.481. Honestly, Colapinto has been doing... Oh, Perez is out! Perez is out! Oh, no. Perez, they need Perez at the front for the constructors. They need him there. Oh, man. 9/10 off his teammate. That's the Max factor, though, isn't it? That was the Max made the difference there with the car. I mean, we kind of saw it coming, didn't we? Someone was going to get knocked out. Yeah. Hulkenberg, again, into the top 10. Hulkenberg, I tell you what, Hulkenberg has had such a good season with qualifying. He's honestly been brilliant in that Haas. Yeah, Perez mugged by Colapinto. Based on what I saw, especially yesterday, I am genuinely amazed that both Mercedes got through to Q3. I'm amazed that Hamilton got through to Q3, if I'm being honest, based on everything I saw. I thought for sure Hamilton wouldn't make it through to Q3. Yeah. Interesting. I mean, I'm kind of interested to see how Albon and Sainz will stack up. Do you know what's funny? Apparently, they live opposite each other in Monaco. Albon has said, he was talking the other day about it, Albon's front door is opposite Carlos Sainz's front door, but Albon was like, he's got a bigger apartment though. He says, obviously, because of, various things, they don't see each other very often, but every now and again, you'll see him in the building, in the elevator or whatever. And now they're going to be teammates and they're going to be neighbors. So that'll be fun. I think ultimately, though, over the course of his time in Ferrari, Leclerc's had the better of him, hasn't he? There's been a couple of moments where Sainz has shined, but Charles Leclerc's had the better of him. I don't think Williams will be worried about the cars crashing into each other because, they're fighting at the back end of the top 10. It's not like they're fighting for wins, so... I mean, Colapinto's throwing that car around. Honestly, he's been doing really, really well. Very similar time to Albon. I'm actually really impressed with him. I didn't think he'd be very good. I really didn't. Yeah, Perez all over the shop. Perez looks like me trying to get a lap in iRacing, honestly. Daniel Ricciardo. It'll be sad not to have him, but it's time, isn't it? As Bruce Buffer would say, it's time! It must be so frustrating for these drivers, though, right? They're like, yeah, no, so we're really, really good on a Friday. Brilliant. Won't make any changes. Get to Saturday, and they're like, guys, where's all the grip gone? These tyres just aren't working. And they're like, oh, yeah, that's because you have to set the tyres up in a very, very specific way so that they work. Is that, well, I did that. Yeah, but temperature's changed now, so you need to set the tyres up differently. Like, well, how am I meant to get this right? So it's just impossible, isn't it? It must be so frustrating. Danny Rick could be good in IndyCar if he wants to carry on racing, or even endurance racing if that's something he's interested in. He would be a great pundit as well, yeah. I honestly don't know what they'll do. It'd be pretty savage, I think, for them to get rid of him now with only like 6 more races to go. But we are going for a little break now for 2 or 3 weeks, so I don't know. I don't know. I wonder if they'd be like, yeah, let's get Liam in for the final season to get him ready for next year. That would be something, wouldn't it? That would be something. Be pretty savage, though. But if anyone's savage, it's Red Bull. I think we can all agree on that. So, what are we thinking, kids? And is anyone thinking pole is going to go to someone other than Norris? Unless he puts it in the wall, I think Lando Norris should have pole position. I'd be pretty surprised if he didn't end up in pole. Charles Leclerc has a very good chance. Do you know what's weird? Right above the pits is all those boxes and what have you. And there's people sat inside those boxes at a table watching the TV feed. When all the cars are lining up in the pits right next to them and they could go by the window and see them. What? Yeah, so the next race is when I come back off holiday that weekend. So 4 weeks now. The 18th, no, sorry, the race on the 20th. But obviously the session starts on the 18th, 19th, 20th. That weekend is when I get back from our holiday. So yeah, after today, it's another mini break. But then, as I understand it, it's a triple header. So I think it's Singapore. Now, then it's, yeah, United States, Mexico, and Brazil. A triple header. So they're basically like, yeah, all the crew, you've been working really hard. Time for a little break. And then as soon as you come back, triple header. Anyway, Q3. Most of these cars will be out on used tyres currently. Saving their fresh. Their new sticky rubber for their second run. Max Verstappen currently quickest through the first sector. Yeah, Piastri hasn't had a pole yet, has he? Verstappen quick in the middle sector, quicker than Piastri. Ooh, I was pushing it, Piastri. Oh, it's a car off! Oh, it's a Ferrari! It's Carlos Sainz. Red flag, red flag. He's gone in hard. He's gone in hard. So Norris, both Mercedes, they were all on laps. Yeah. It says Max got over the line. Did Max really get over the line? Was he ahead? He was ahead of him, wasn't he? He was ahead of him on the track, yeah. Lando was very quick. I'm just watching the replay. Oh my god, he was starting a lap. He was starting a lap. He was starting a lap. Oh no. Oh, it has, yeah. Wait, has Max slowed for that then? Didn't look like he slowed. That's why I was asking. I thought Max was behind the incident. I'd have to see it again, but yeah, it's very unfortunate. He just got a bit of oversteer and he's corrected it and it's gone the other way. That could be a problem with the engine as well, guys. Engine gearbox for Sainz, maybe. Could be a little bit ruinous for him. So they deleted Verstappen's time because of the double yellow flags. He'd have to watch his onboard again to see, but if he's past the incident and there's no yellow flag, then I think he'll be fine, to be honest. I think he'll be fine. Will they be able to get 2 runs in, I wonder? 8 minutes? I wonder if they will be able to get 2 quick runs in. Yeah, very unfortunate. I need to see this on board from Max Verstappen, you know. I need to see it from his perspective. Yeah, you'll probably get in trouble for that as well, for crossing the track. They really don't like that. $50 million. Right, so there was Piastri going through. There was Sainz. We can't see where Max was. Max might have got through before the double yellows. He did get out of it. He backed off. He backed off. He's fine. He definitely lifted. No, it wasn't green. It was definitely yellow. I am surprised his lap time did get deleted, though. I don't understand that. He went into the... I will say this. He went into the corner where the incident was at full speed. He backed off at the straight, right? So I will say he went into the corner at full speed, but it's quite hard to see if there was yellows from his perspective. I'm not sure there was at that point, to tell you the truth. Hmm. No. I think it looks green, Current, but I actually think it's meant to be yellow. I think that flashing panel is actually yellow. Because it wouldn't be flashing green when the incident hadn't cleared. I think it looks green, but it's actually yellow. Because it wouldn't be green. It's because if you look at the ones in the pit, they're green, stationary. The one there is flashing. It wouldn't be flashing green when the incident's just happened. I think that one is... I think it's yellow, but it just looks green. I could be wrong. Listen, I've been wrong before. Then the other panel goes red when he goes past it. That panel isn't yellow, it's red. That where the panel after he crosses the line is the red one when the red flag comes out. Yeah. Listen, he did back off. So he's fine. He's not in any trouble. He hasn't done anything wrong. So no trouble. No trouble. I'm still not sure why his lap time got deleted though. It's a shame for... Oh, that is true. So, ignoring the panels for a second, as soon as he crashed, double waved yellows. Which double waved yellows isn't just slow down, it's slow down and prepare to stop. I think he's fine. He's fine. They came out just as he was going through. Yeah, listen, if he gets penalized for that. No, you are right, Curran, by the way. That light is green. You are right. I mean, Anthony Davison's saying it's a green light, so you are right. It was a green signal. It wasn't just yellow looking green, it was green. So the question is, does he lift enough? I mean, he doesn't lift through the incident, does he? He lifts after he's kind of got past it. I don't know. I don't know. I think he's fine. I think he's absolutely fine. problem is that he lifts when he's past the incident. He's going flat out through the incident is the problem. But I think he'd be so unsighted to the incident. I don't understand how you wouldn't be able to penalize anyone. I don't think. Yeah. Yeah, he could see that so late that there would be nothing he could do. He slowed as soon as he's been able to. So, if I don't think he'll be penalized for that, to be clear. But if he was, it would be extremely harsh. So yeah, it's all good. Well, yeah, because he's halfway through the corner when the yellows have come out, and he'd be focused on taking the corner. Yeah, you can look at it in slow-mo and dissect it, but at the end of the day, he's traveling at that point, what, 150 mile an hour through a corner, looking at the apex. Like, he's only human. Nah, they can't, right? Can they? It would be incredibly harsh. So, yeah. He's fine. We still haven't got to the bottom of why his lap time was deleted, though. Because even though he slowed, he crossed the line before the red flag. So why has his lap time been deleted? Is it because of the double yellows? In the final sector? I don't know. Yeah, but he crossed the line before the red flag came out. So his lap time, even though he slowed, should have stood. I'm not quite sure why it didn't. Because he definitely completed his lap before the red flag came out. Yeah, he said it was something to do with double yellows, but I still don't really get it. Oof. What a delight. I don't eat apples very often. Bananas, I do, but not apples, really. Oh, shit. Thank you. That's wild, isn't it? That's a wild stat. I didn't know that. There's not been a single Singapore Grand Prix the last 14 years that hasn't had at least one safety car. So while it's not guaranteed, because anything can change, that's significant. This lad's brought his Fanatec wheel with him. What are you doing? Cup of tea. $43. Fernando Alonso, 43, just absolutely smashing it. So are they just going to do one lap then? They're not, none of them, they're not going to do like one lap, come in, do another? No? Yeah, because they're not queuing up, they're all just staying in the garage. I thought they'd have enough time to do 2, but... Well, well, well. So, kids, we're back to the old days of one-lap shootouts. Oh, there you go. Carlos Sainz noted for crossing the track. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it past Max to get on pole. Max Verstappen to bin it. Max Verstappen to bin it and require a engine and gearbox. I have to start from the back. To be fair, all joking aside, Max doesn't really bin it, does he? Very often, he just doesn't. He's pretty solid. He's pretty reliable, pretty consistent. Russell's got a bit of a crash in him. I tell you what, Russell has been nowhere all qualifying, so I'm fully expecting him to be quicker than Lewis in Q3 because that's how it works. That's how it works with Russell. The Minions poster. It's a little bit random, isn't it? Yeah, you're probably right, Afro. They wouldn't want to have rushed the outlap, I guess. I feel like the in-lap could have been quicker, though, because once the tyres are used, you wouldn't need to do a slow in-lap, but yeah. And you got to roll the cars back into the garage to put fuel in, so yeah, you're right. I think 7 minutes 30 would have been cutting it a bit fine. Also, by McLaren going out first, they have the best chance of putting a lap in, and if someone crashes behind them, they will have put a lap in, so... So it's probably best for McLaren. Get out there. Hmm. Tell you what, that light up Lando sign's bright, isn't it? Max Verstappen going out now. So he is the last one to go out. Right, well, if anyone proper bins it now, that'll be the end of qualifying. They won't have enough time to get back out, so this is it. This is it. So Max trying to get past George Russell. Right, Piastri starting his lap. And Lando starts his lap. Piastri's already on his way. Piastri up on his time. Not by much, but... Russell being told not to let Verstappen through. So Norris is up on Piastri's time, but he's not done a personal best in Sector 1. Yeah, he got past anyway, so... A good middle sector for Piastri. Norris is up on Piastri currently. Purple middle sector from Norris. Piastri's going to finish. He's going to improve. Oh, he lost time in the final sector, though. Oh, he's not happy with himself. He's not happy. You could tell in the car that this will be quicker from Norris. Yeah, 4:10 to 29.9. 29.5, sorry. Hamilton and Verstappen both slower in the first sector compared to their personal best. Charles Leclerc is half a second down after 2 sectors. Yeah, Hamilton's 3/10 down. Almost 4. Verstappen's quicker, though, than the Mercedes, but he's not going to be enough. Charles Leclerc goes 4th. He's behind Hulkenberg. Second. Hamilton puts his second. Verstappen goes second. Russell goes 4th. Time deleted, Charles Leclerc. Oh, no. Time deleted, Charles Leclerc. Ferrari 9th and 10th. Ooh. Oh, no. I think Norris deserved that. He's looked quick all weekend. Piastri, I don't think was quick enough even going into the final sector, but he lost time, and when he crossed the line, he could see him hitting the wheel. He was annoyed at himself. He obviously made a mistake. And that small mistake from Piastri has been the difference from him being second to now being 5th. A great lap from Max Verstappen. A brilliant lap from both Mercedes drivers. Based on what I saw yesterday, I would never have said Mercedes would be 3rd and 4th. What was Charles Leclerc's lap? Let me just go back and see what it was before it got deleted. I mean, he was going to be 5th anyway. 5.94. So he actually he would have been 7th. He would have been 7th. So he's actually only lost a couple of positions because it wasn't a great lap anyway. Great lap from Nico Hulkenberg. Honestly, Nico Hulkenberg is showing just how good he is this season. Oof. Oof. I don't think Mercedes have lucked out there. I don't see how you can say they've lucked out. They were quicker than Charles Leclerc before he had his lap time deleted. And they were quicker than Sainz. Like, I mean, I think they've just put in a good lap when it mattered. I think it's just, you know, if you look at the time, both Mercedes were ahead of Charles Leclerc before his lap time was deleted. So there's nothing lucky about it. Great lap from Max Verstappen, because that Red Bull has not looked on it, but he's put it in second, so fair play. Fair play, man. It's going to be close tomorrow. It's going to be very, very close. There's still a championship up for grabs here. It's going to be tight. Max and Lando crash. Lewis wins the race. Yeah, Piastri. The only thing that is fortunate for Mercedes is Piastri. If Piastri doesn't make that mistake, he is in P2 and Mercedes are 4th and 5th, which is still significantly better than what it looked like it was going to be yesterday. So, yeah. So, are we all in agreement that Hulkenberg's going to put hard tires on and basically race in that position until the wheels fall off? That's how that strategy is going to work. Lando's going to lose position on the first lap to Max, and he's going to be behind him. That's definitely going to happen. In fact, Lando might end up behind both Mercedes. You know what he's like. Cool. I enjoyed that. It was a good qualifying session. Good qualifying session. I'll be back tomorrow. I think the race is at 1 o'clock. I will be here then. Thank you all for watching. I hope you have a lovely weekend. If I don't speak to you, if I don't see you, who's streaming? Bloody Adam. I'll go send you over to some WoW. Say hello to Adam from me, and I will see you guys tomorrow. No, that's DMCA. I can't play Disturbed. You're not allowed that. You're not allowed that. You've got to have free synthwave. Lol. Bye.